Hello and welcome to another Magic the Gathering unboxing. So this is something that's been sitting in my Magic box for a little while now. A while back now we saw the release of Conspiracy Take the Crown, and Wizards did something a bit unusual with this set. So just a bit of background. This was the second iteration of Conspiracy, and this is what's called a 3 booster draft pack. The idea was these were to be sold at box stores. I've done a previous video where I opened I think 6 packs of the regular boosters that I think I just bought when I was over probably in Toronto at some point from the game store over there. But with these were specifically put together by Wizards for distribution at box stores. And on here it says this set is designed for 8-player drafts followed by free-for-all games of 3 to 5 players. This draft pack contains 3 Magic the Gathering Conspiracy Take the Crown booster packs, each with 15 randomly inserted game cards for each player in the draft will need his or her own draft pack or 3 booster packs. So what they did was unusual with this. Like normally in the previous version of Conspiracy only came as booster box, so I think the perceived wisdom was that you bought you wouldn't normally buy individual booster packs, but what you would do is buy a booster box of the product and then get 8 people together and draft it. There are cards that are specifically designed so that this works well with that sort of free-for-all format that you do after you get the draft. There's cards in here which affect the draft experience as well and really mess with that. So it's very high variance, lots going on. I imagine it's the sort of thing that appeals to things like EDH players. There's a lot of multiplayer friendly cards in here as well. Obviously we're just going to open this for fun, but these obviously work best if you actually use them to draft with. And the idea with this product is it did give the option that people could go out and just buy their own pack of 3 boosters for participating in a draft with friends. But like I said, prior to this coming out, the way you would I think normally do Conspiracy is to go and buy a booster box of this and then draft it with a group of friends. So let's open this up and see what we can see. This looks like this is falling apart. Oh, the other thing, I didn't originally plan on buying these, but these turned up at a Toys R Us in local to me in Nova Scotia for $10 a piece, and considering there's 3 boosters in here, that's pretty good when you consider that most packs in Nova Scotia you're going to be shelling out at least $5 for a booster pack if you're buying them individually. So let's open this up, see what pulls we can get, see whether my fat pack luck holds out in the case of these 3 booster draft packs. Weird. Looks like these packs are falling apart actually. Okay. There we go, just looks like really pay a lot of attention to the artwork on the boosters, but there you go, that's what we got there. Okay, opening it up, see what cards we get. Like I say, there's a number of Conspiracy specific cards in here which only make sense within the confines of a draft. There we go, make this nice and clear so you can really see the cards here. Okay, so we've got Hurly Burly. So we're starting off with our commons. Garrulous Sycophant, Omen Speaker, Trumpet Blast, Strength in Numbers, God's Willing, Leovold's Operative. So just to look at this, so this is a card that affects the draft experience. So you can see here we've got this sort of special watermark here as well. So this is a creature elf row, draft Leovold's Operative face up. As you draft a card, you may draft an additional card from that booster pack. If you do, turn Leovold's Operative face down, then pass the next booster pack without drafting a card from it. You may look at that booster pack. Garbage Fire. Reveal Garbage Fire as you draft it and note how many cards you've drafted this draft round, including Garbage Fire. Garbage Fire deals damage to target creature equal to the highest number you noted for cards named Garbage Fire. So other things to notice about these special draft relevant cards, in addition to the watermark, you can see that the bordering before you get to the black border, if you contrast that with a regular Magic card, is slightly different here. So for the green one we've got these sort of circles here. I don't know if you can see that, how that's coming out on camera. So Kite Sail is in here. Voyaging's Satyr. Our uncommons are Ascended Law Mage, Infest, and Juniper Order Ranger. And our rare is Charmbreaker Devils, 5 in a red, 4/4 creature devil. At the beginning of your upkeep, return an instant or sorcery card at random from your graveyard to your hand. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, Charmbreaker Devils gets +4/+0 until end of turn. And then we have also these special conspiracy cards, and these have a rarity on them as well, and you can see the design's different. It's got this these sort of side panels here which again are different, and the set symbol, this here, I don't know if you can see that, it's made to look like this bar that the symbol sits on. It's made to look like a scroll, I think. And then also we've got a different style watermark here. I don't know if you can see that on camera very clearly, but certainly from here it looks pretty clear. So the conspiracy card is Echoing Boon, Hidden Agenda. Start the game with this conspiracy face down in the command zone and secretly name a card. You may turn this conspiracy face up anytime and reveal the chosen name. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, if it targets a creature you control with the chosen name, you may copy that spell and may choose new targets for the copy. So you can see here this sort of sits in the command zone and affects the actual game experience. So thing to note here is in these booster packs you've got regular Magic cards that seemingly come from all over Magic. You've got cards that affect the draft experience with extra rules text on them but function as regular cards in Magic, but also these conspiracy cards that are specific for use in the command zone. And then we've got a soldier token with an advert on the back. Okay, so now we set the scene a little bit with that first pack. We can move on to the other packs. Caller of Gales, Crown Hunter Hireling, Garrulous Sycophant again, Illusionary Informant, you see there with the watermark, special card that affects draft, Lace with Moonglove, Reviving Dose, Twin Bolt is in here, Unnerve, Divination, Ravenous Lecracotta, I think that is, Ascended Law Mage, so we're moving to our uncommons, Hail of Arrows, Coordinated Assault, and Custody Leash. 3/2 black is our rare. It's a 4/2 creature zombie cleric. When Custody Leash enters the battlefield, you become the monarch. So the other thing was there was a status here called the monarch. So whenever you become the monarch, target player sacrifices a creature, and that could move around in the game. So another thing with this special feature within this particular set. Summoner's Bond is our conspiracy card, so we have double agenda. Start the game with this conspiracy face down in the command zone and secretly name 2 different cards. You may turn the conspiracy face up anytime and reveal the chosen names. Whenever you cast a creature spell with one of the chosen names, you may search your library for a creature card with the other chosen name, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. We have a dragon token. Okay. So our last pack of the first 3, Balloon Brigade, Shambling Goblin, Fleeting Distraction, Goblin Racketeer, Gleam of Resistance, Borderland Explorer, Unnerve, Divination, another Ravenous Lucracotta, the Tenants of the Guard, Fang of the Pack, so we're moving on to uncommons. Just bring up a couple of things here actually. On the Tenants of the Guard, we've got Council's Dilemma. When the Tenants of the Guard enters the battlefield, starting with you, each player votes for strength or numbers. Put a +1/+1 counter on the Tenants of the Guard for each strength vote, and put a 1/1 white soldier creature token onto the battlefield for each numbers vote. Fang of the Pack has melee on it. Whenever this creature attacks, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each opponent you attack with a creature this combat. At the beginning of combat on your turn, another target creature you control gains melee until end of turn. If a creature has multiple instances of melee, each triggers separately. Ghostly Prison was in here. Grenzo's Ruffians, the card with melee on. And Expropriate, so this looks like a mythic. 7/2 blue sorcery, it's got Council's Dilemma on it. Starting with you, each player votes for time or money. For each time vote, take an extra turn after this one. For each money vote, choose a permanent owned by the voter and gain control of it. Exile Expropriate. Hide Heist is our conspiracy card. So Hidden Agenda, start the game with this conspiracy card face down in the command zone and secretly name a card. You may turn this conspiracy face up anytime you reveal the chosen name. Whenever a creature you control with the chosen name deals combat damage to a player, you may pay blue. If you do, draw a card. So you can see a pattern here going with these conspiracies where you've got this sort of hidden agenda effect. And there's a monarch card. So the monarch, at the beginning of your end step, draw a card. Whenever a creature deals combat damage to you, its controller becomes the monarch. So that just helps as a sort of reminder card for that. Both functionally within the game. And also if we're just randomly opening packs like I am to remind us that was actually a thing. Cloaked Siren, Fiery Fall. So moving to our next pack of 3. Stormcoat Patrol, Reviving Dose, Strength in Numbers, God's Willing, Leovold's Operative. Another one of these ones with extra draft rules on it. Skittering Crustacean, Garbage Fire, so we had one of these earlier. Opaline Unicorn, Brush Strider, so moving to our uncommons. Manaplasm, Marchesa's Decree. Our rare is Burning Wish. 1 and a red, sorcery. You may choose a sorcery card you own from outside the game, reveal that card and put it into your hand. Exile Burning Wish. Incendiary Descent. So this is a common conspiracy card. because these, I don't know if you noticed on the other ones, the seal here had a rarity colour on it as well. Again, the hidden agenda bit is pretty much the same of how that works compared to the other cards. And then underneath it, creatures you control with the chosen name have red. This creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn. And we have an insect token, clearly. The other thing with these, again, when you're opening these sort of packs, and this whole concept of as fan, as you fan the cards out, what impression you get about the set. But of course, the presence of certain tokens will also indicate that we've got cards which will produce a certain type of token for this. Absorb Viz. Illusionary Informant. Crown Hunter Hireling. Borderland Explorer. Custody Peacekeeper. So I don't think we put in this particular card, but it's another one which actually affects the drafting aspect of the game, in addition to being obviously playable in the actual, when you do that free-for-all part. So, Lay of the Land, Messenger Jays, another Council's Dilemma card, Sylvan Bounty, Wild Griffin, another Twin Bolt, Farbog Bone Flinger, Ascended Law Mage, so we're moving to our uncommons now, Merfolk Looters in the set, and our rare is Horn of Greed, so 3, whenever a player plays a land, that player draws a card. And Adriana's Valor, Conspiracy, so same hidden agenda rules clause, but the piece down the bottom, whenever a creature you control with the chosen name attacks, you pay white. If you do, that creature gains indestructible until end of turn. Damage and effects that say destroyed, don't destroy it. And we have a beast token, so clearly something in here is generating, well, something within the set is generating beasts. More specifically, 3/3 beasts. Okay, so our last pack. Cloaked Siren, Fiery Fall, Stromkirk Patrol, Jeering Homunculus, Plummet, Doomed Traveller, Menagerie Liberator, Kite Sail, Repulse, Palace Sentinels, Stone Shock Giant. So our uncommons now, Nessian Asp, Smuggler's Captain, Throne of the High City is our rare. Tap, add colourless to your mana pool. 4 tap, sacrifice Throne of the High City, you become the monarch. And Incendiary Descent, which we've already seen in the other pack, and another monarch card. So there we have it. So that was 6 packs from those sort of special box store only 3-pack Conspiracy Take the Crown, whatever you want to call them, drafting packs. Anyway, there we have it. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.